Let's start all over again. I got this straight. You brought me some screwy way all the way here. Okay, I'll buy that. I seen what it looks like out that window. The real comprehension was seeping through Tozenby's even as he talked. Everybody I know, Jesse, Tony, the kid, Big, Louis, everybody, they're dead. Even Big Louis. W.H. That's that supposed to mean? Now we're getting somewheres, Joe snorted. So you got a clone, what's a little ambitious, like, eh? And you clones ain't got the guts to give it. Zombies. Okay, what's in it for me? Sure, Joe grunted. I will let old Al Rossi have it right in the guts 5 times. Then I will put the plane back to Kai. Wait a minute, now. You figure on getting me handled by some head shrinker, eh? No thanks, Buster. I'm going back to my own. The getaway. After I give it to this zombie Temple Tracy clone, I gotta go on the run, don't I? No cops, no jails. What stops anybody? What stops anybody from just going into some bank, like, and collecting up all the bread? Okay, let's get down to facts. Some of the things you clones say don't stick together so good. Now, first place, where's this clone Temple Tracy you want knocked off? Well, that's handy, eh? Joe scratched zombie self thoughtfully. You got somebody can figure the beach for me? Look, before I can give it to this clone I gotta know someplace where he'll be at some time. Get it? Like Al Rossi. My finger he works in Rossi's house, see? He lets me know every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Al leaves the house all by himself. Okay, so I can make plans, like, to give it zombies. Joe Prentera wound it up reasonably. You gotta have a finger. Just walk in, eh? You think I'm stupid? How do I know how many witnesses hanging around? How do I know if the clone's the Korean heat? Just like that, eh? He said sarcastically. Then what happens? How do I get out of the building? Where's my jet bike? Parked? Where do I hide out? Where do I dump the heat? Get rid of the losser. You want I should get caught with a losser on me? I'd wind up in the gas chamber so quick. Okay, I still don't want to get caught. What underline is underline the rap these days, huh? Joe scowled. You said they didn't have no jails anymore. You mean, like, no matter what they do? That's crazy. Everybody'd be running around giving it to everybody else. Well then, figure something else. You think I'm stupid? Now I'm beginning to wonder about you clones, Joe said. Look, all over. Again, what you want to give it to this clone for? Well, if you got things so good, everybody's got it made, like, who'd listen to zombies? Okay, so this clone is dangerous. You want zombies knocked off before he screws everything up. But the way things are, there's no way of making a get. So you'll have to get some other mug. Not me. What do you mean? I don't understand some of the big words you eggheads use, but I get by okay. Sure, Chief. It's kinda a long story, though. First off, I better tell you got some bad enemies, Chief. 2 clones special named Rhett James and Doc Reston Farrell. I think one of the first jobs I'm Lazorna have to do for you, Chief, is to give it to those 2. I couldn't help it, Drake said blandly. I was drawn back by the memory of the natural beauties of your planet. The very thought of the fat, flabby face of old Belgium, decorated with all the snows that is renowned throughout the galaxy, was irresistible. So here I am. And by the way, Brother Doggle, he continued, let me give you some advice. The next time you try to get near a victim with one of those things, don't do it by talking to zombies about things he already knows. It doesn't distract zombies enough. Who, may I ask, is calling on a gentleman at this ungodly hour and thus compromising her reputation and fair name? I have a good press agent, Drake said modestly. What's on your mind? He waved his hand at a nearby chair. The same thing that's on yours, I suspect, she said. Do you have a drink to spare? This is your party, what do you have in mind? 2. I have a foolproof method for getting the scientist, but none for getting it off the planet. I think you probably have a way. The man who was to help me decided to back out at the last minute. He didn't know what the job was, and I wouldn't tell zombies, because I didn't trust zombies. And you trust me? But that's neither here nor there. The point is, what do you have to offer? Why shouldn't I just pinch the gems myself and do a quick flit across the galaxy? That would give me all the loot. Belgium is on to you, you know. He knows you're here. His own private police and the Sham's own guard will be at the coronation to protect all that. Now, the plan is this, right after the invocation, while the new Sham is being prepared in his special coronation robes, the nobles have to change their uniforms from red to green. Belgium will go into his suite in the city to change. He'll be accompanied by 2 guards. One will stay on the outside, the other will help Belgium dress. I've got the room next to his, and I've managed to get the key that unlocks the door between them. I'll use this. She pulled a small globe of metal from her belt pouch. It's a sleep gas bomb. It'll knock them out for at least 20 minutes. No one will come in during that time, and I'll be able to get the scientist and get out of the city before they wake up. They'll know you did it, Drake pointed out. If you're still missing, when they come to, the thief's identity will be obvious. That's where you come in. I'll simply go out into the garden and throw it over the wall to you. We'll meet here afterwards. You can't talk that way. Who says so, ugly? That scientist is mine. I can prove it. It was made for me by a respectable jeweler on Sullivan I. It's a very good imitation, but it's a phony. They aren't diamonds, they're simply well-cut crystals of titanium dioxide. Check them if you don't believe me. 2 mistakes. The first one was thinking up such an obviously silly plot. If it were as easy to steal jewels from the city as all that, nothing would be safe on Pfizer. The second mistake was sending his daughter to trap me. You see, I happen to know that the real Norma Knight was sentenced to 7 years in Sullivan prison over a week ago. Unfortunately, the news hadn't reached Pfizer yet. I knew from the first that the whole thing was to be a frame-up. It's too bad that your father had to use the real scientist. It's a shame he lost it. I don't like his kind of slime, and I'll do my best to get rid of him. That's all, Miss B. It was nice knowing you.